What's up, guys? Thanks for clicking on this video. I know in the last video I mentioned that I wouldn't be doing much actual fishing videos in the future because of the pandemic. I did get out one more time after catching that tarpon for some snook fishing, so that's how I was able to make this catch and cook, and we'll get into that in a minute. But I wanted to tell you what I have planned for the near future. I am going to be very selective about when and where I fish because of the pandemic. It's something I'm taking very seriously, and I'll kind of discuss that in a future video. I'm also going to be doing a video about my new kayak, my first impressions on it, how I plan on rigging it up, and possibly setting it up for some offshore fishing. And I'm also going to do a video covering how to fish from a kayak at night with flairhawk jigs. There's a lot of videos out there of fishing with flairhawk jigs. There's a lot of information on kayak fishing, and there's a lot of information on fishing at night. But there's not a lot of information about kayak fishing at night with flairhawk jigs under bridges. So a lot of people have been reaching out to me in the comment section and asking a lot of questions about what kind of jigs I throw, what color, what weight, how do I position my kayak, do I throw upstream, downstream, what kind of retrieve do I do I like incoming tide, outgoing tide, what kind of rod and reel I use. So I'm going to cover that in a future video coming out soon. I do enjoy the comments. Please keep those comments and questions coming. It's not that I don't like answering those questions. That's not the reason why I'm going to make the video, but I would like to make it so that I can give you a quick answer and then link that video to for more in-depth details. I also will probably include in that video safety when kayak fishing at night. It's definitely not something you want to try your first time out kayak fishing. There's definitely a learning curve to it. I have bumped into a few people now at some of the locations I fish that told me they saw my videos and they came out because of that. And some of them were very well prepared and did well, others not so much. So I'm also going to include in that video how to be safe the first time you go kayak fishing at night. What things do you need and what things do you not need? Because there are some things that people do to their kayaks thinking it's going to make them safer at night that actually are unsafe. So I'm going to cover that in a future video. Anyways, you clicked on this for a catch and cook, so let's start with the catch and then we'll get to cooking. That's a snook, baby. That's a slot snook. Yeah. That one's gonna be close. Not a bad snook. He might be a little short though. Let's check him out. All right, so finally got that slot snook in the bag. I can chill now. I don't have to worry about harvesting one this spring. I decided to do a fish fry with it. Now, actually, a big slot snook like that will feed a family of 4 like mine twice. So last night we actually did baked snook, which is what I like to do when I'm being lazy. I just put some oil in the bottom of a glass pan, throw the fillets in there, season it heavily with Everglades or whatever seasoning you like, blackening seasoning, and then you throw it in the oven for 20 or 30 minutes. You don't make a big mess with breading and flour and eggs like you do with a fish fry. But tonight we're gonna make a mess. We're gonna do fried snook, which is definitely the best way to eat snook. Anybody that's ever had snook will tell you if you're only gonna eat it once, have it fried. So we're gonna start off with the dipping sauces that I like to make, and then we'll get to the cooking. All right, so the first ingredient for both versions is mayonnaise. In this case, I have olive oil mayo. I don't do exact measurements. I just kind of put as much as I think we'll need. So again, both the spicy version and the non-spicy version start off the same. We add to that about an equal amount of sour cream. All right, that's about equal. Do the same over here. All right, and then to give it that tartar sauce flavor and texture. Instead of pickles, I like to use diced jalapenos, pickled jalapenos. So we'll put some of that in the spicy version. And then for the mild version, I use these banana peppers. Now they don't come diced, they come in rings. So I kind of dice them up before I add them to the sauce. Doing this one-handed here. And we'll add that to the sauce. So far the only difference is the spicy one has jalapeno, whereas the non-spicy one just has banana pepper. I'm gonna add one more scoop of jalapeno. All right, so we're gonna add a little onion to each one. I have it diced up pretty fine since it's for a sauce. All right, so take a look at those beautiful fillets. Snook is such a nice, clean white meat. We're gonna start off by cutting these up into kind of strips. It'll be nice finger food size portions since we're serving them with French fries. So let me go ahead and do that. All right, so here we have our snook cut up. We have a plate with some flour on it, the egg wash, and panko breadcrumbs, which you get at any supermarket. I'm gonna start off by just lightly seasoning the snook. Most of the flavor is gonna come from frying it and from the breading, but we're gonna lightly seasoning it with some all-purpose seasoning. So one thing to keep in mind with snook is it's a very thick fillet. This was only a 30-inch fish. I've actually prepared a snook that was just a hair under 33 inches, which is the upper limit for the Gulf Coast. And the fillets can be so thick that it's almost impossible to pan fry them because they'll cook on the outside before the inside ever gets done. I end up having to finish it in the oven. But cooking it this way, where you cut it up into smaller pieces, will help you to be able to fully cook this big, thick chunk of meat. Deep frying also helps. So we're gonna take each piece, we start off by rolling it in the flour. From the flour, you move to the egg wash. Shake off the goo. And then we move to the panko. Make sure you get it all covered up with panko. And set it on the platter. That's ready for the fryer. And we just repeat that with every single piece. Flour, egg wash. That's the part I hate doing. Panko. Okay, we've got our oil preheated and we're going to do the fries first so we don't end up with fishy tasting fries. Let that cook for about 10 minutes. Those fries are looking amazing. I think they're just about done. Let's pull them out. Oh yeah, look at that. Golden brown. Those are going to be good. We'll let them drain for a minute, then we'll get the snook loaded up. Alright, this fish has officially been caught and released in hot grease. Oh man, I can't wait to see how that comes out. Oh my goodness, guys, this fish looks absolutely perfect. I'm gonna plate this up and we're gonna eat it. I can't wait. All right, I wish y'all could taste this with me. Normally I get my family's reaction to my catch and cooks, but they are all laying around in their COVID-19 pajamas right now and don't want to be filmed. So I'm just gonna eat this, tell you guys what I think. These fries, look at them. Oh my goodness. They're not even salted and they taste amazing. I'm gonna go in for the fish right now though. That's like a nice piece. I'm gonna go for the hot spicy sauce. Look at how that just, oh my goodness. Oh. All right. I hope the camera picks it up. Look how it just falls apart, just flakes right apart. That is so good. Snook is just second to none. Going in again. Oh my goodness. So good, guys. Guys, you will never see snook on a restaurant menu because it's illegal to fish it commercially. It cannot be bought or sold. So the only way you'll ever try snook is to get out there and catch one yourself. I highly recommend doing so. Learn how to catch big slot size snook because it is second to none. Absolutely phenomenal eating. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys next time.